Naso Falfala, सबैले मेरो नाम Kalani हो म त अस्ट्रेलियाबाट आएको मान्छे है I've been living in this country for 3-4 years now. Experienced a lot of interesting and beautiful things. And today I'm in this wonderful city, Kathmandu. Nepali नाम पनि छ तर बोल्ने मन छैन आजभोलि. नेपाली नाम चाहिँ नुवाकोटको गाउँको मान्छेहरूले राखेको just kind of as a joke. अनि त्यस्तै कहिलेकाहीँ काम गर्ने बेलामा I used that name because people didn't know my real name sometimes, and I was acting in different films, stuff like that. गएको जान्छ नि मेरो आमाको याद आउँछ नि कतिचोटि पाको याद आउँछ है मेरो हजुरआमाको झन् याद आउँछ है नेपाल आउनु पर्ने गरी के नि थाहा भएको छैन नेपालको बारेमा म त इन्डियाको चिला जस्तो लाग्यो डिफ्रेन्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट अफ इन्डिया साँच्ची हो किनभने मलाई कोही साथी छैन कोही मान्छे नेपाल गएको छु है अहिलेसम्म सुनेको छैन इन्डिया मात्रै गएर पछि सुनेको नेपाल मलाई यसरी ल बुझ्यो ल नेपालमा कहाँ पर्छ इन्डियामा होला नेपाल कुन जिल्ला होला इन्डियामा यो नेपाल अनि म त एउटा गाडी चढेको काठमाडौँ आउनुलाई अनि यतिकै म यस्तो बिरामी थियो यतिकै सुत्यो उठेर लुम्बिनीको बोर्डरतिर अनि ल भिजा चाहिँ नि पऱ्यो भन्छ सबैले किनको भिजा इन्डियामा किन भिजा मलाई अस्ति भएकै इन्डियाको भिजा तिरिसक्यो किन फेरि तिर्नु पऱ्यो अनि यो बेला मलाई थाहा भयो म त आएको देशमा पुग्यो नेपाल टक्कै बुझेको बेलामा काठमाडौँमा पुग्यो खास अनि wow भूकम्प आयो यो दिनमा The day I arrived was the day of the second earthquake. I thought I was just tripping, right? Because I was really sick from food poisoning in India. अनि मलाई तमिल गएर यो रात यो रात before एक बियर खायो अनि नेक्स्ट डे बुझ्न आयो भने ल मलाई के खायो होला मलाई के ट्रिप भयो होला त्यस्तो लाग्यो मलाई त्यस्तै जापको के होला मलाई अहिलेसम्म एक्सपिरियन्स गरेको छैन नि भूकम्प है हाम्रो अस्ट्रेलियामा त्यस्तो कहिले पनि आएको छैन नि भूकम्पहरू I thought I was just losing my mind going to a different dimension तर पछि बाहिर गएर थाहा भयो ओहो वाउ भूकम्प बच्चा बेलादेखि म 7 वर्ष उमेरमा हुँदा मेरो हजुरबुबाले हाम्रो गाउँतिरमा घुमाइदिएको एउटा सानो क्यामेरा बोकेर अनि हाम्रो छिमेकीहरूको जस्तै कामसामहरू यसरी लुकाएर खिचेको है सबै लुकाएर अहिलेसम्म म त्यही गर्छु नथिङ चेन्ज जस्ट विथ बिगर क्यामेरा है अनि हामी फेरि गएर हेरेको टिभीमा ओहो के खिच्यो अनि सानो सानो फिल्महरू बनाएको है and from that moment I decided okay this is something that really makes me want to live. This gives me that spice of life, you know. I can't explain what it is, but it gives me the passion to wake up in the morning and feel like wow, here I'm going to go, I'm going to tackle the world. And so it's been now I'm 24, so it's been 14 just day what's the best मेरो हजुरले यो पछि मलाई यो सानो पुरानो फिल्मको क्यामेरा दिएको है अनि त्यसपछि wow I couldn't leave it out of my hand. Especially every day when I finished school, on weekends, I would go create some short films, tell a story, come back home, edit it, repeat the process, learn from it, boom, boom, boom. Summer, I'm still doing the same thing. I used to take lots of pleasure. I would create a DVD and give it to all the friends who would help me make it. And we'd go to the house and watch it one by one. It'd be a big party just to I'm still working that out, you know. I'm still not sure. There's something in my heart. I can't explain what it is. But there's a really deep fascination and curiosity with how people live. What makes them dream? What do they dream about? You know, I'm really deeply fascinated. As a filmmaker, you know, that's my life. I make films. That's how I understand the world, through making films. You know, when I want to understand a topic, I want to understand an issue in the world, I make a film about it to get my head around the issue and try and penetrate understanding of it, you know. हाम्रो अस्ट्रेलियाको society in some ways it's too different in Nepal that I can't even explain with words, eh? Yeah. The way that you're late to people, you're late to your parents, mother, father, brothers, sisters. So fundamentally, it's very deeply different, you know? Yeah. So this this concept we have in Nepal of, making, sending your child abroad to become wealthy or have a better life. This concept we have in Nepal of sending your child to get good education, it doesn't exist back home, Yeah. There are some variations of that, of course, but it's a different world. We can't compare those two ideas, I think in the West we're very blessed because we've succeeded in having all the material comforts, We don't have to worry. Most of us don't have to worry about food, shelter, safety. We have that from birth, So there's never this drive, this fear of not having something that pushes people to go abroad, to struggle in Dubai and Qatar, Malaysia, to work like a slave just to send money home so your parents can eat masabat. We don't have this concept.
Yeah.
So when you ask this question, it's like there's two different worlds we're talking about. And really, some ways they don't meet at all, Of course, some things are the same. The love for a child, love for the mum is the same everywhere in the world, But these expectations and this reality of what you're going to make, how you relate to them and how you look after them is so deeply different. Deeply different. And Nepal is a very deeply, jealous society, Every society in the world is. I'm not saying Australia isn't too. But in Nepal in particular, there's this real sticky jealousy problem with the neighbors, with the community, So I'm not sure in my lifetime it's going to be possible to bring them back here. But I know for a fact the Nepali kids who are born abroad, once they're born into a life of comfort, where all the food, shelter, material things are satisfied, I'm sure when they go up into Australia or US or France, wherever they're going to, they'll be searching themselves too for something more meaningful. I'm sure of it, And at that time, I hope that those kids at least come back here. Maybe not to live, that's a big thing to ask through their life, but at least to use their mind, their brain, their resources here to do something for the country that they came from. So, here could have got something to think about it, So I've spent 3.5 years making this film called Journey to the Center of the Heart, and it tells the story of the migration or the exodus of Nepali people to the West, to abroad, and looking at their intentions and their understanding of what makes a life happier, better, and looking at that seeing through the eyes of foreigners who've moved from Africa, North America, Australia, Asia, all sorts of places, who've moved and put their life here, searching for a better life, for a happy life, but in the exact opposite ways. I found this topic too interesting, and it's not like either person is doing the wrong thing at all, they're both searching for what makes it, what they feel will make their life better. I don't blame them at all. I think it's deeply important they're going on that journey. But also it's a very fundamental point of problem in this Nepali society. Everyone is leaving, You look around, everyone who's got a great mind, great education is all leaving this place. Everyone with a strong body is leaving, Imagine if every single person who got education abroad would come back and use that mind power here instead of their life over there. Imagine what Nepal could be like, I think it's a deep tragedy that isn't happening. And I made one film, Journey to the Center of the Heart. Kripa Heddegonas Hala, Body Percy Ounce, Cinema Hall, Arutila. I think for me, the main thing that hits me every day, that every day shocks me and surprises me, no matter what, is the sense of connectedness of people. And it's something that's very hard to explain to Nepali people because they're born into it, Even as a baby, you get held by your extended family, maybe by the neighbors as well, the shopkeeper next door. That's crazy concept for us in the West, You touch someone else's baby, they'll call the police, Or Satya.
Okay.
So since a baby, we have in Nepal we have this deep unspoken connectedness between each other. And it's something that's very hard to put into words because it just exists and there's no concept for it here, just how it is. But when Nepalis and when I go back abroad, back to the West, there's so many beautiful things in the West, don't get me wrong. The West there's so many amazing things there that I deeply, really appreciate. But what's missing, deeply missing, is that connectedness. Deeply missing. In fact, it puts a hole in my heart when I go back there and feel that, Of course, with my family, my friends, it's different. But walking in the street, walking in the community, empty. Tinder project Eileen, Nepal ma. You're a chain. Story of migrant workers around the world from Nepal. So I'm planning to go to 7 different places: Africa, Sweden, Australia, Japan, Europe, and in North America, to experience and see how Nepalis are living around the world. Because there's so much fake information, so much brainwashing, so much of this के भन्छ हामी नेपालीहरू चाहिँ नि यतिकै फेसबुकमा सेल्फीहरू हेर्छ नि है आहा कस्तो राम्रो छ जिन्दगी बाहिरमा आहा मान्छे कति सुख पायो आहा कति पैसा कमायो होला No one knows the real idea. No one knows the real idea. I'm sure there are some having a good life, for sure. It's another story of a Nepalese mountaineer woman, Mirojidi Shamila Tamang, and she's going to become the first ever Nepalese woman to climb 14 of the world's highest peaks. And as a woman from the Tamang community, she's going to set a beautiful example for a community of girls who have been historically pushed aside, abused, exploited. And with her story, we're going to inspire everyone in the Tamang community to see what's possible for their choris to become. And the Alka project is a story of dying languages in Nepal. Tatani, हामी नेपालमा त्यस्तै 135 वटा भाषाहरू हुनुहुन्छ है तर विदेशको कारणले बिस्तारै हराउँछ है हाम्रो भाषाहरू. And when we lose the languages, we lose the stories. Yeah. We lose the wisdom, we lose the understanding of life, death, the universe. Right? And for me, that's deeply, deeply tragic. And I don't think it can be stopped because the world is becoming one globalized society, and in the villages of Nepal, which once had their own languages, their own culture, that too is disappearing as well. Tiksa, right? Let it be. Change is inevitable in this world. But I want to make a film about each of these languages and their stories before they disappear. So it's like an anthropological study of the different communities in Nepal before they disappear forever.